Alright guys, so we are going to be doing a Judge the Supers for Tekken 7 because the Khaiza was meaning to do this like when more info for Tekken 8 like got announced back at like the Game Awards, but then like I felt lazy, and then also at that time Street Fighter 6 like closed beta was happening around that time. So I was like, you know what, let me focus on Street Fighter 6 and let me worry about Tekken 7, like judge the rage arts like another time, because you know there are like two games that will be like a big like chunk of time for like judging the supers, and here we have Tekken 7, and how many characters does it have, right? Like let me like calculate and see, right? There's like 51 characters, so I was right, like 50 plus characters when I made like those tweets prepping up the Judge the Supers. So this is gonna be like the second like longest Judge the Supers, and the next one I'm gonna be doing right after the next Judge the Super I'm gonna be doing right after like this one is going to be Street Fighter 4's Judge the Supers, man, and that's gonna be like, oh my god, so much time, because characters have 2 ultras in that game, so I have to like do potentially like a 2-parter stream for Ultra Street Fighter 4. But let's see how much we get through like by tonight, right? There's like 50 plus characters. And so we're going to be doing that, right? So
Mission complete.
I'll have to like look at it again, because like maybe I wasn't like paying attention. I was just like don't have like my headphones on, but let me look at it again.
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Yeah, Master Raven seems like it's pretty cool, right? At least like super wise, like she like just dive kicks in, teleport dive kicks in, slashes you, and then like ninja like slashes you, and then sheaths the sword. That's really cool. But it is like Tekken 7, right? And the only problem with Tekken 7, I'll say this right now, for almost like 90% of the Tekken 7 cast with rage arts like embedded in them, not a lot of their supers look great, right? Only like it doesn't look very cinematic like how you see in Tekken like 8 with like Jins and Pauls. Like those are like fucking cinematic as fuck supers, right? This is kind of like, you know, Tekken 7 in comparison to like other like fighting games is like the KOF 14, right? The supers just feel like totally like lackluster, you know, they don't feel like that great to like look at, but they're pretty cool and like decent in their like own right. Do they need to be a little bit more? Absolutely, that's why we have Tekken 8, right? And so I'll say like Tekken 7 first one, Master Ravens, kind of is like an 8. Right, it does like cool like ninjutsu shit, right? But I wish it could be a little bit more with like camera length, or like longer like in time, right? Something along those lines, you know? It's a mid? Yeah, I'll be harsh on this one. This seems kind of lame. I mean, because like it really reminds me of fucking like, you know, Black Widow, or any like generic like female spy that always does, like, I called it like the sex grab. Like I like how it like starts with the palm thrust, but then like she topples on the opponent, does all this like flippy and dippy and all that shit, and just like doing all of that unnecessary stuff just to break your arm. You didn't have to do like 3 fucking spins, 3 fucking twirls just to break Li Shaolun's arm, Nina. Like, come on now. That's a little bit excessive. That's a little bit too much. So, I'll probably like, possibly give it a, but I give like this Rage Art like a 5. Gave like a 5. It's like my personal bias for like, you know, sex grabs and like the female like spy archetype. Everybody does like a sex grab, you know, right? Everybody can like break a dude's like arm. They're like tags, their like throws are in there, right? You could do so much more, Nina. Come on now. Oh, what's our next character? Oh my god, fucking, I don't know why the fuck Yoshimitsu like changes from like game to game. What the fuck is like going on with like this man? Like first he was like a Japanese like demon samurai. That's what Yoshimitsu is, but like why is he like this like weird like fucking like HR Giger like alien? Well, I mean like HR Giger is like more phallic in nature, right? But why the fuck does he look like a fucking like space like predator? It's just with the tentacles. It's just with like the visor, right? He looks like so funky looking. He just sort of gives off like a space vibe. Like, man, what the? I mean, I like Yoshimitsu in like Soul Calibur 6. Like, to me, he feels authentic. What the fuck is up with this design, bro? Huh, I mean, it's a little bit better than Master Raven. I could say that. It's a little bit better than Master Raven's. But unlike Master Raven's, which we saw earlier, it was pretty short, right? Yeah, like he charges up, zoops you, 1, 2, and then 3, and then that's it. Yeah, I don't like how like short it is though. Like this is our boy Yoshimitsu, man. He needs to do a little bit more fuckery, right? But then again, like he is a ninja, so the faster the better to like secure the kill. So I'll say like it's a 7. Yeah, I'll say like it's a 7. You know, I wish it could have been longer. I wish it could have been more flashy and flary. But we can take what we can get. There you go. Damn. Dragunov, like, slams you down. Like, walks up and then slams you down. Because isn't he like a, what was it? A German military leader? Yeah, I like the coreness of it. Ugh. Slowly walks up. Yeah, like all he does is like groan and moan, right? He does like covert ops. But it's a staple, right? I've seen this like a lot. Dragunov Super is kind of like fucking Bardock's, right? In early like Tekken 7. I just see this like being used, you know, a lot. Right? So I think that one is like a 6. Like, it looks cool, but it's nothing too fancy. There it is. Okay. Okay, just a series of kicks, right? I mean, it does what Hwoarang does. It is a series of kicks. Let's see. Right? Yeah, like, it does what it do, right? Nothing flashy, nothing, like, too crazy. That's just what Hwoarang do. It is what it is, right? It's like a, That's like a 5 out of 10. Right? Very like mid-ground. Oh, right. Yeah, and the thing about like martial, and the thing about like what is this version? Because I know there's like 2 laws. There's martial law and then there's forest law. They're like brothers. So Tekken 7 added the martial law version. Yeah, he's pretty much Bruce Lee. Right, his mannerisms, his outfit, like everything just screams fucking Bruce Lee up the ass. And this one just kind of feels like generic. Yeah, he just like does Bruce Lee stuff. Punches you, does like this move, and then like, you know, like dragging kicks your ass. That's pretty much Bruce Lee, so it's like a 5. Yeah, like a 5 out of 10. There you go. I do like it, right? Nowhere to run. Launches you, and then like, you know, grabs and like breaks your neck, breaks your back, humble you. It's pretty good, but it's a little like lackluster. It's short, like you don't see a lot of like cinematics there. It's alright. Yeah, like I would say like that's like a 6. I would say like 5, but like damn, like this is like my bias, chat. I can't like argue that like, man, my boy Shaheen looks cool, right? Yeah, that's a classic demon. That's a legit 100% a classic fucking Akuma-ass fucking demon. It's been seen like 1,000 times. It's been seen so many of times. Akuma just like teleports in. Shush! You're dead. Right? Like, that's how Akuma be. But we have seen in other games that Akuma, let's say a la Street Fighter 5, right? His like 1,000 demon die 1,000 fists get a significant upgrade, and they are definitely like more flashy. But this one is just a classic. Ishusungetsu. Yeah, it's a classic, right? I mean, it's still like on the low bar, but yeah, it's like a classic, so it's like a 6. Right, it's like the one like super in Akuma's arsenal that like never fucking changes. Oh, there's some screen tearing. Fuck. Okay, I mean, it is Kazuya Mishima. I've seen something like this before in fucking Street Fighter Cross Tekken, where he like does his like 2 punches and shit like that, and then he like eye blast the shit out of you. Yeah, you're like, he charges up, punches you, and then like eye blast the shit out of you. I mean, it is very Kazuya-like. I wish he could have done a little bit more with his like double transformation. Does he get like more stuff with double transformation? No, it doesn't. It doesn't get anything new with double transformation. It's just like an eye blast, and that's really it, right? That's all it really is. Dirty! Yeah, very staple. I'm already going to call it. It's like a 5 out of 5. Oh, sorry, a 5 out of 10. Not 5 out of 5, 5 out of 10. Yeah, he just launches you and then fucking like double palm thrust your ass. You know? Hoya! You know, like, it's very like starting roster type of like feel. Like, the starting roster don't get anything really, like, crazy in a lot of these, like, fighting games. They're very classic. They're very, like, mundane. They don't get anything cool or crazy like DLC characters do. But Heihachi does what Heihachi does, so that's like a 5 out of 10. Saya! It's a little bit weird with, like, Gigas because, you know, he is a big fucking, like, brute. So you don't see a lot of, like, the action. You just see, like, his, like, fucking model clipping with, Kazumi. But I do appreciate Kazumi's, right? I kind of like this one. She pretty much just aerial raves your ass. Right? She just, like, launches you with, like, her uppercut. And then just, like, air combos the shit out of you. I kind of like that, right? It's pretty basic, right? Like, the core of it is pretty basic for her for her rage art. But I do like the oomph for it, you know? So I'm gonna give that, like, a 7. Right? It's not like a 6, and 6 would be, like, harsh. But it is cool. I'll give it that. Here we go. Yep, so she does like some breakdancing moves. She does some breakdancing moves and then she like launches you and then like poses for the camera. Yeah, just nah. I do not like that. I do not like the flourish for her. Nah. I'm gonna give that like a 3, homie. Nah. I'm gonna give that like a 3. I mean, I kind of did like her super in Street Fighter Cross Tekken a little bit more. That's my opinion, chat. Cause like I didn't like how this one fucking looked. You know, she just like kicks you, somersaults, and then slams you down with like her heels. You know, it's kind of like okay. It's interesting. But there's nothing really, like, too splashy, There were, like, flower effects for her because, you know, she is Lily, she is prim and proper, right? But, you know, like, it's really, like, lackluster, you know? It's not really, like, one of my favorites. But it's alright. That's like a 5. Here's the thing, right? Outside of Tekken, Lars has been like a few number of like, you know, titles, right? He was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and he was also in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 as a guest character, and he was given like the Naruto like anime style treatment. He had like machine guns for like extra weapons, and he had like a crazy as fuck cinematic super in Storm 2, right? But yeah, this one again, like I said, a lot of like the rage arts in Tekken 7 are just like lackluster. Yeah, like strikes you and then does like, what is it called? This is called what? Zeus? Yeah, the move is like called Zeus or some shit like that, you know? Outside of that, like his super is it's like a 5. Yeah, it's cool and flashy, like it does Lars stuff, but like There's nothing too extra about him. Rage art? Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie, I like this one. I kinda like this one. You know, this Xiaoyu stuff? Pretty fucking sick, right? Yeah, the slow-mo and then like the palm thrust, like, I kinda like that a little bit, you know? I would honestly give that like a 7. It keeps like the flow of like what Xiaoyu like does, right? Because she's all about like, you know, the multi-hit and like the waving of like her palms and stuff. She does like, you know, the, what was it, like the I know there's like a specific like style, but she kind of does like the fucking what was it, that, remember that lady in Shaolin Soccer, the sweet like maker, where she does like all of like this shit and she follows like the yin and yang, right? She practically like does that. And I always find that like very cool type of like martial arts, like going with the flow, you know, sort of thing. So it's really like nice. I like it. Oh, that's cool, right? I'll give like Jack 7 that, right? That looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, it's back one too. He machine guns you, charges at you, and then does that. Does Jack 7 stuff, right? I kind of like that a little bit, you know? Yeah, that one gets like a fucking 8. It would have been more cinematic or like zoom up on like his face or some shit like that, but like, damn, Jack 7 got me liking to him, you know? It's pretty cool. It's a fucking it's a fucking cool super, you know? Yeah, this one's kind of like comical, but also like Li Shaolin as fuck. Like, I would closely like give that a 9 out of 10. But I do appreciate Li Shaolin just like adding like some like flourish here and there, you know? Alright, like kicks you, throws a rose, and then you're dead. Like the rose had like a fucking mini bomb because, you know, Violet Industries, and then just like kills you. That one's like a 9. I do appreciate that, right? That one's pretty cool. That one's like a 9 out of 10. Urgh! He grabs a salmon, right? Okay. But yeah, that super gets like a, but yeah, that rage art gets like a 10 out of 10. Honestly. It's comical, he launches you up, he like grabs a salmon and then home runs your ass. Man, poor fucking Ganryu. Piece of shit. What you gonna do against a bear? That's a 10 out of 10. Not gonna lie, it is a 10 out of 10 super. Alright, rage art time. I like that move a lot. That's like one of my favorite moves for Miguel. Shit, man. He just ugh. Ready to lose? Yeah, I really like that move a lot. I don't know why. He just like slugs the shit out of you. That's like one of my favorite like supers out of this game. I wish it could have been done a little bit like more, you know? Like he could like grab him, like after the first slug, he could grab him like off the floor, headbutt him like, cause that's like a drunken like bar fight. He's the drunken like character. And then like just one final slug to like beat him out, you know? That could have been a little bit better. But it's still like good. So that's like an 8 out of 10, I feel. Alright, rage art.
Sharing tea with a fascinating stranger is one of life's true delights.
I do like how comical that is, right? He beats the shit out of you and then like Superman's his way in for a final like punch. I give that like an 8, right? I wish he would have done like a fucking like belly flop or something like that, you know, but yeah, Bob, you do you, champ. Okay. I was a little bit weirded out by like some of like the camera shots, right? It's alright, but I kind of like his Street Fighter Cross Tekken Super more. Right, because I feel like that fits Brian more than anything. Right, like, cause the start of Super is like a fucking, hit, like, move. And then he, like, mercilessly, like, stomps the shit out of you. There's no, like, blood effects because of the team rating, but, like, damn, that's Brian, right? He's a sadistic motherfucker. Right, that's how he be. Launches you, kicks, and then punches you. And that weird camera angle where, like, it didn't, like, transition. Right, from like the face to like the punch, it felt like it was a very rapid like Adobe Premiere Pro cut, you know, like that was like a really lazy fucking like edit, I feel. But it's still like a 6. I mean, I get that like he laughs at the beginning and laughs at like the end, but like I wish there could have been more with like Brian, other than the fact that he just like launches you, kicks you, punches you, and then like punches you again. Yeah. But as much of like the people's like champion as he is like Super is like kind of like lackluster. Oh, that's the cross arm lock, leg arm cross, iron lariat. Oh my god, he has so many fucking moves for his grabs, man.
Bruh.
Shit. But yeah, like King's is like a fucking 6. It does have like King Flare, but like it doesn't go for anything more. Yeah. I kind of like that, yeah. That one's pretty fire. It exuberates like Steve's like, you know, hot-headedness. He is like an up-and-coming like boxer, right? Like, you know, not my favorite like boxer out there, right? Not my favorite boxer. I always have like a soft spot for Dudley, because he's just a general more cooler version of like Balrog. But Steve is kind of like up there, you know. He's not like Dudley level, but like, yeah, he's cool. Right? Alright. He does that and like raises like fists up like to wave at like the crowd, the imaginary crowd, you know? It looks pretty cool. It's like a 7 or something. Yeah, it's a 7. It's not bad. The Dust Fist! Yeah, like, it's just like, he charges up the punch and then, like, punches you. It's very, like, generic. I'm glad that they'll, like, level up, Paul's Phoenix's, super in Tekken 8 because, like, he'll have, like, the Japanese, like, kanji in the back and then it'll say, like, strongest in the universe and then, like, he'll punch the shit out of you in, like, slow-mo effects, right? That shit's gonna be, like, hot fire. Yeah, like, Paul Phoenix is, like, a 5. It does what Paul Phoenix does. It's very, like, generic. It is what it is.
Get ready to fly.
Get ready to fly. Yeah. Super's, like, kind of lackluster. You know the feeling I get from, like, Josie's, raged art is just a fucking volleyball spike. Yeah, like that, right? It's just a volleyball spike. That's all it really is. It's nothing too crazy. It's like very simple. Very like straightforward, but like it doesn't go on for like that long. She just like shurikens you, knees you, and then slams you down with a volleyball like dunk. That's really it. I'd give it like a 4. Like nothing like too special. H-art, right?
Yeah.
Moha. Yeah, I remember. She has like a command like dash that can lead to like crazy shit. That was that rage art. Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay. But yeah, like Katarina is a very cool character. I remember playing her. Also, she was also like one of my mains because I love like badass like female like characters. But as for that super though, let me see. Let me see again. Hits you a whole bunch. I mean, that's Katarina, right? That's Katarina in a nutshell. Just nothing but like kicks, that's like her specialty. Nothing stylish or flamboyant about her. But that's like a 5. That's like a 5 out of 10. She was like beginning roster as well, so that like I'm glad Tekken 8 is coming out, and we saw like the first trailer for Tekken 8, because goddamn, Jin gets some like flamboyant as fuck. Not a flamboyant as fuck. It's a very not stylish as well, but a very cool looking as fuck rage art, right? Where he like gets like the devil wing like on his like one of his like shoulders, and then like punches the shit out of like the opponent. I can't wait for Tekken 8. Because of like the visual quality and upgrade of like these like supers, because man, all Jin does, he just punches you a whole bunch. That's really it. There's nothing really too fancy about like Jin, especially for his like rage art. Like his like super in Cross Tekken, Street Fighter Cross Tekken was actually more visually pleasing to look at than this one, so it's like, man, what the fuck happened, Jin? Who led you down this path? So it's like a 5. Okay, that's a little bit better than regular Jin Kazama, right? Like, he just fucking maximum spiders your ass, and then like finishes off with a laser, right? Yeah, like look at this shit. It looks cool. And then lasers you. Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty dope looking. I'd say that's like a 7 out of 10. Significant fucking upgrade to Jin, regular Jin. That's so lame. Like it's a fucking like Hulk smash. That's all it really is. That's so whack. That's so lame. It's like a fucking like 2 out of 10. Like jeez, dude. You can't be much more simpler than that, homie. Oh my god. I mean, it does what, Asuka Kazama does. They're, like, you know, a little bit more in terms of Super and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. She, like, smacks you around a whole bunch and then, like, wails on you for, and then steps forward and then it slams you down as, like, the final. A lot of, like, my, Tekken, like, impressions come from Street Fighter Cross Tekken because that was, like, my first introduction to Tekken. And seeing, like, all these, like, lackluster Tekken 7 supers, it's kind of like leaving me with a lot of these like biased opinions. So that one's like a 5 to me. Like, Asuka does what Asuka does, but it's nothing too fancy. Oh yeah, she has like chainsaws for hands. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's not bad. It does what Elisa does, right? I wish it could have been more flashy like that. This sweet proper robot is telling you to go piss off, right? It's cool. So I give it like maybe a 6. Nothing that crazy. Okay, so he does like kung fu shit, and then like Julia like shoulder checks your ass. It very screams like base roster, so that's like another 5. Let me look at it again, just to confirm. Yeah, that's all there is to him, right? Nothing else. That's literally like a 5 out of 10. Yeah, sadly it's another like 5 out of 10. Because I think like Fang was like base roster as well. Yeah, it's another 5 out of 10. It's just very simple. Yeah, that's all it really is. It's just 1, 2, and then 3. At best, like most of the base roster has like 2, 3, or 4 actions. Yeah, that's a 5 out of 10. It's definitely longer than any of like the base roster characters, right? So I'll give it like that +1, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, right? That's awesome. That's awesome to like look at, right? So I'll give it like a 7, right? It's like all like, man, I hate playing against Eddie Gordo though. Ooh. That's pretty funny looking. That's like a 10 out of 10 level super, right? I really like that a lot. It's not like Kuma's where he like fucking grabs like a fucking salmon out of like the volcanic river and then like home runs the opponent's ass. Yeah, it's very like cute and charming. You know, Panda just like launches you up, rolls forward being a panda, and just like does volleyball on your ass. So I give that like a 9 more than anything rather than like a 10. Yeah, I'll say like it's a 9 rather than a 10. Not impressed. And this is like no exception. Oops. There you go, that was it. Down. Yeah, just like, look at how Kunimitsu like goes, right? Stabs you a whole bunch with her like flame ninjutsu swords and then does that. Yeah, that's really cool looking. That's like a an 8 out of 10. It's now or never. Okay, that's really cool, right? I get that like Ganryu is I could see like some like E-Honda centrics like in like Ganryu, right? Because he pretty much does like what E-Honda does with like all like the grabs and shit, all the sumo throws and stuff. Yeah, right? I like the flourish that they do with him. Ooh. Chuck. Throw him down and then that. That's really cool. I like that, you know? I like that he just basically like yeets and throws his way to like to victory, you know? And then like Sumo like sits down your ass. I like that, you know? But I will give that... I'll give that a 7, honestly, right? Does what it does, but maybe like for something more sumo like flair to it.
Fate cannot be changed.
Fate cannot be changed. Yeah. So that's a cool like lore out of 10 super, right? Yeah, she just like
Fate cannot be changed.
like she like crawls in front of you, does that, ground bounces, launches you up, then can't control it like Siegfried status. Yeah, so that's like a cool like 8 out of 10. It's like impactful for like lore, right? I like that.
Here I come.
Here I come.
Twisting arrow cannon. Get ready.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's why. Yep, that's automatically like a 10 out of 10. Right. It just speaks like that, you know, a cute girl is like, you know, doing all that shit to you, and a cute girl is gonna beat your ass, right? Like, that's how it's like shown off, right?
Here I come.
You know?
Twisting arrow cannon.
Doing Julia stuff and like
Ready.
posing in front of the camera, you know?
Thanks for watching.
See? You know, that's definitely like cute girl gamer, right? What more do you want? Like, we live in a world where like, we live in an era that we want some bitches. We're hungry for some bitches. We want some maidens, right? Fucking.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. That's a definite 10 out of 10 for sure. I will crush you! Ooh. Yeah, Marduk definitely like living up to like the Dirty Fighter, right? It's definitely Dirty Fighter vibes. He pretty much just yells, ugh, drags your ass forward, slugs you, and then like tosses you up and fucking punches the shit out of you. You know, he's a big boy, and he's gonna hurt a lot if you're not careful. So Marduk's is like a 7. I wish he was like more vicious, right? Because like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, like he has his like ultra or like his level 3, and he like tackles you to the ground and then like mercilessly wails on you, like just just like non-stop punches the shit out of you until one final punch. That was awesome.
Time for some fun.
Ugh. Yeah.
Open wide.
Yeah, like she does that. She fucking... She's the seductive, like, version of Nina Williams, where she'll, like, talk sexy to you, but she'll, like, throw out a fucking bazooka when she, like, gets the chance, you know? That's like a 9 out of 10 for me. Oops.
Time for some fun.
You know? Ugh. Open wide. Yeah, like, I just love that, like, a character could just, like, bring out a bazooka in the middle of the battle and just, like, boom, bitch! You know? Right? So that's like a 9 out of 10. The only reason I wouldn't say, like, a 10 out of 10 is because, one, it can, like, beat Kuma's right now. Right? Just, like, super silly and super gaggy, super hokey. And also, a specific person plays, a specific, like, player that I know from my college years played this character in my college like game room, and he just like mopped my ass 1,000 times with like Anna Williams, and I don't know how to deal with Anna Williams, so I just like, you know what, I hate her, so 9 out of 10. Oh hell yeah. Oh man, the second I think this is like my first, this character was the legit reason why like I got into Tekken 7, is because of Geese fucking Howard. I think it was like on the day that like he got announced, I got super fucking happy because, you know, it was in that phase in like in my college life that I started discovering SNK hype, right? Like I loved KOF 14, I loved like the DLC, I loved like playing that game, learning how to play that game. It was like, oh my god, it just feels so goddamn fun. It just feels so goddamn fun. And like when I heard about like Geese coming into like Tekken 7 and how cool he looks and how awesome he is, I'm like, yo man, I'm gonna try out Tekken 7 for Geese. I'll buy Tekken 7 for Geese, you know? He has 2 rage arts in this game. One is this. Ha! Rashomon! So he has Rashomon, which is like his level 3 in King of Fighters 15. And I don't know if I'll like get this move, so I'll probably like bring this up, right? So he has a Deadly Rave, right, which is a series of button inputs. Deadly Rave! Yeah, that's like Rock Howard's Deadly Rave, but that's Geese's like Deadly Rave back in the old Fatal Fury games. Yeah, it's like a good move because it's so like nostalgic if you're an SNK fan, but also like it's a good like combo finisher too. Like I've seen plenty of videos where like Tekken 7 players play Geese and they would just go ham with the combo system. If anybody knows of the main man SWE, he's like a professional like Tekken player, a casual player, but like he practices day and night and like Tekken stuff. I would like, no offense, like call him like a Tekken junkie, but like if you ever see him and his like Geese plays, he would just do like TODs, like do like wall conversions and all that stuff, and he would just like, if you see him and Geese, watch out, right? Like he'll immediately like kill you, right? If you're not careful. If you miss one punish, it's game over. Rashomon definitely gets like a fucking 10 out of 10 for me because of bias. And Neo Deadly Rave, 9 out of 10, right? Not that flashy, but it's a lot of like execution. It's a lot of like difficulty barrier, right? It's not the easiest like ultra to like pull off, but if you pull it off, it will become pretty freaking sweet. So that's like a 9 out of 10.
You're in for punishment. No escape. Let the darkness consume you.
She's like a succubus like vampire, and like that's what she does?
You're in for punishment.
Ugh.
No escape.
Like, lifts you up, dark voids her ass,
Consume you.
and then like does that. I mean, I'm a little bit iffy on this one, right? It just felt like so weird. I say like Morgan's supers are a little bit better than this one, you know? It's like this one's like a 7. Like it goes on for long, so that gives me like brownie points. That gives it like brownie points, but like it still is like, what the fuck? Nah, it's a nah. That's a 7 out of 10. Hell yeah! Yeah, I'll say that's like a fucking 9 out of 10. I wish it could have been like a little bit more, right? Because I wish it was like Final Fantasy like 15 like attacks. or like he gets like that big like glow up near the end of the game. But like it just like does what he does, you know? That's all there is to him. It's payback time. Yoto. Yeah, I like this one. I give that like a solid like 9. It's pretty flamboyant and it pretty much is reminiscent to fucking Jackie Chan, right? Yeah, like that shit.
Come on.
Yeah, right. He does like fucking Chinese martial arts on your ass. That's really fucking cool. I give that like a 9 out of 10. That's really sick. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. That's like a little bit of flourish. It's a significant upgrade to regular King, right? I want to see that again. You're going down, son. Grabs you. Chucks you. Uppercuts you. And then, oh, fucking, goddamn. Yo, that's sick. That's another, like, that's a 9 out of 10. I really like that. Going for a little bit of, like, extra, like, flourish and all that. While the opponent is, like, still spinning and, like, he just, like, does a fucking, like, pile driver on you. That's pretty dope. That's a 9 out of 10. I fucks with that.
Give me strength.
Punishment! Yeah, Negan's, like, Rage Art gets, like, a 10 out of 10, I feel. I mean, his face is, like, it's whatever, but, like, it actually, like, ties well to, like, Walking Dead lore. Like, it actually does it, like, justice, you know?
Give me strength.
Ugh. You know? I just, like... Yeah, it's pretty cool. It goes on for a little bit while, but, like, yeah, it does do hella cool-ass, like, nods to, The Walking Dead, so I really appreciate that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's, like, a 10 out of 10. Not for, like, gaggy or, like, material like that, but, like, it just does, justice to the series.
This is gonna
Hurts.
You're done.
Done. God damn. Sick as fuck. Yeah, that's like fucking 10 out of 10 for me. I do love like Wing Chun like Kung Fu, like even after like the Ip Man, even like before or after like the Ip Man series. I just like how they like visually like looked. Just like these like rapid punches and like this like 1-inch punch to like deal like the final blow. I like that shit.
This is gonna hurt.
Look at how it like rolls, man. Ugh.
You're done.
You're done. Ugh. Right in the tits. Right in the tits. But that's like a 10 out of 10 for me, honestly. This is it. Your history. Well, there you go. I mean... Oh god. Ugh. It's a little less like flamboyant, right? Because he just does like a kung fu, like a Muay Thai like combo on your ass. A Muay Thai like in and of itself is like it's a dangerous fucking like martial arts because it's using like your elbows and like your knees as your for front and center like focal points for Muay Thai martial arts, and it's like dangerous because like you can literally kill somebody with like Muay Thai methods. I know one friend like was like discussing that to me, like about like how Muay Thai is like a killer fucking martial art. Shit is like painful, right? You can see like the damage that they do, right? But as far as like, you know, in Japanese like fighting games, how like they're shown off, especially for Bakugan, I would say like it's a little like lackluster, right? I'd say like if you want really like a cool fucking version of like a Muay Thai like attack, like go check out like Street Fighter, right? Like not like Sagat, because Sagat plays like a fucking like Muay Thai Shodo more than anything. But if you want like a cool version of Muay Thai, check out fucking Adon, right? Ignore like his like nasally ass voice, but like he has some of like the sickest fucking like Muay Thai shit that like I've ever like seen, right? Character wise, he's not that great, but like moveset wise, it's like damn, he's fucking cool, you know? Jaguar Tooth, Jow, Yow, you know, like that's fucking sick. For this one, I'll say like that's like fucking 6. I'll give him like a bump up because he's like DLC character, but like just feels like base roster to me. I say that's pretty cool, right? Composed fucking Polish Prime Minister does like all this like karate shit to you? Really cool. Ugh. Composes like her chi and then like ugh. You know, does that? Like it looks really cool. That's like a 9 out of 10. That's a 9 out of 10 rage art. We have done it. We have done like the biggest fucking like judge the supers of anything on this channel. I mean, we'll definitely do like the Street Fighter 4 like judge the supers, but like that'll be safe for another time, because like this one is like 51 fucking characters, 50 fucking 1, and like time will be spent on making this like video. I know on like Premiere Pro chat, I have to do like so many edits, gotta find like ways to like be creative, and it's like this is gonna be like taxing. But outside of like my qualms, this is fun, right? This was fun, like going over like each and every like character and like rediscovering like certain characters, right? And like learning new characters, you know? Like I said, most of the characters really do have like some like low, less flashy like supers, you know? Most of them are just like, you know, mediocre like at best. But some really do have like their shine moments, right? Like Kuma's is really good, Panda's is really good. Yeah, Jax is good as well, right? Yeah, Devil Jin's is pretty good. Who else? Who else was also really good? Yeah, Miguel's was also pretty good, and Master Raven. Yeah, Master Raven also had like a cool ass fucking rage art. But other than that, like most of like the supers in the base roster for Tekken 7 are very like dull. You know, they're very like lame. They're nothing that too. Oh well. Oh yeah, there's also Panda, but you know, most of them just kind of like, they're whatever. The DLC stuff got like a significant like upgrade. You know, each character feels like, you know, a very much like improvement on the visual quality and choreography from the base roster. If I were to pick like some of like the best DLC supers in the game, right? Armor King is definitely a good candidate. Negan's is good. Leroy's is good. Anna's is definitely fucking like hilarious. Like Bitch pulls out a fucking cannon, right? Like, that's fucking awesome. Julia's is like, you know, the scumbag, right? Like, and I mean like scumbag is like, it's easily one of the best, right? Because she's a cute girl, right? She's a cute girl gamer streamer, right? Of course they made it in such a way that like, oh, let's lean towards like Julia's like rage art because she like talks to the chat and like says hi to the chat in a very like nice girl like, you know, manner, right? Like, of course. Of fucking course. Of course you would naturally gravitate towards Julia's. Zafina's like for lore, but nothing too crazy, right? What if she like becomes like, you know, if she's like the host of like True Ogre or like Ogre Chimera, whatever the fuck the ogre's final form is? What if like she breaks like her human form and then it becomes like Ogre Chimera and then like does like an ultra on the opponent's ass, you know? That would be pretty sick. Kunimitsu is also pretty good as well. Like, it's definitely like flashy. I like that, you know? Outside that, yeah, those were like some like good DLC like supers, but we finally did all of like the rage arts for Tekken 7. Oh my god, this is like